was it like getting told you were getting your first start today?
It was cool. Today was a weird day, we had a team meeting before the game, and none of us were really sure what was going on. And then it was maybe an hour before game time, they said, you're starting. So, I was prepared for it. I was maybe a little surprised, but I wasn't scared by it. So, I just was ready to take advantage of the opportunity and, just go play baseball. So.
What was the feeling like when you got your first collegiate hit?
It was cool. It was, once again, it was one of those things where it was a really cool thing, but also not super surprised. Something I've probably seen in my head, 1,000 times preparing for it mentally. But, it was really cool. It was awesome to have, all the guys in the dugout rooting for me. That was awesome. The whole team getting behind me. That was probably the best part of it, honestly. So.
And once you collect that hit, does that take the pressure off a little because you reached base 3 more times?
Maybe a little bit. There's something that my dad always talked to me about ever since I was young. He's like, if you get a hit in your first at-bat, go get a hit in your second. Don't be okay with just going 1 for on the day. So that was something I kept telling myself when I came to the plate, get another hit the next at-bat, another plus at-bat, and luckily I was able to have a few of those today. So.
You also got your first win today.
That's true. I was able to come in, late in the games a few times, but it was cool to be able to, go from the first to the ninth, work with, 5 or 6 guys today. So it was awesome to be able to get that.
Were you more nervous for your first at-bat or like the first inning behind the plate? Just what was your comfort?
I felt pretty good the whole time, I think being told that I was starting a little later in the day gave me a little less time to think about it, and this is something that Coach Martyr preaches all the time is if you're confident in the work you do, then the game's going to be easy. And so that's something I kept going back to. I put a lot of time in getting prepared, and so, there's obviously the nerves of whenever you're playing a game, but it wasn't anything that was too tough.
A lot of details that go with playing catcher. How do you assess your performance in that area? Communicating with the umpire, framing, stuff like that.
Yeah, I felt like today was pretty good with that. I felt good working with the umpire back behind there today, and the headsets we've got here make it a lot easier than having to read these cards when working with Coach Angier with the signs and everything. And what's awesome is we had a lot of pitchers today, but I've caught those guys each 100 times in practice, and so it's nothing that's super new, and it's able to keep me a little more relaxed back there, and like you said, slow the game down a little bit, and so that way those details don't speed up on me a little bit too much. So.
How's the camaraderie when you got Jack and Josiah played a lot, now they're on the bench, and it must be tough for them, but also they're rooting for you. Just the team attitude. Describe the team attitude.
For sure. It's one of those deals where we're a pretty tight group, the catchers here, and we're all supportive of each other, whether it's Jack or Josiah or myself, or if anyone else gets in the game. We're all rooting for each other to do well. It's an interesting thing because, you have 4 infielders, 3 outfielders, and only 1 catcher, and so it's an interesting environment, but at the same time, we spend so much time together throughout the fall that we only root for because of, we all want the team to succeed. That's what matters more than, our own individual things. And so it's pretty easy for us to get past that and just focus on helping the team win, and that's by rooting on whoever's playing at that time. So.
You mentioned that the headset makes your life easier instead of looking at it.
Yeah.
Can you explain that process just in layman's terms?
So in the headset, Coach Angier is able to just communicate directly what pitch or what play we want to run in a certain spot versus this headset or this wrist. I'm not going to show it, so if you can't see that, that would be a really bad idea. But so if you saw that, don't put that in there. But anyway, otherwise, you're having to look on a grid to find a pitch, and then if you got a runner on second base, doing multiple signs, and if you're letting the details catch up on you a little bit, then the game can speed up and be overwhelming. So the headset definitely helps with that. Kind of slow everything down and just being told, throw a fastball in. So that definitely helps.
Was there any moment today that was a little overwhelming for you?
Not really. There's only one time today where I had to look at the grid because the headset wasn't working for whatever reason. But no, Coach Angier does a good job of being direct and letting us know, for what he wants the pitchers to do. So
We're a good like 30 minutes out already. Still got your gear on.
yeah,
Is this normal for you?
Well, so we just had a few different meetings, and I didn't really have time, and I was asking Todd on my way up here. I'm like, so do I need to take this off, or what's going on here? And he said he liked the look with the full gear, so that's what we were rolling with. So.
Did you get a chance to call your family, mom, dad, anyone, and let them know you were playing today?
I didn't know. I didn't let any of them know, and so hopefully they watched the game and were able to see that. Hopefully my dad got off work. My girlfriend was at the game, but my family's back down in Medford, a little south of here. But they're always watching games, so hopefully they're able to see that, and I can talk to them afterwards.
Hoping you might have a couple messages on your phone.
Hopefully, people checking up on me.